How you doing? Hey, we're learning all kinds of stuff about these new phones. I didn't know this, but while I'm recording video, I can flip from front to back on my cameras. I'm learning. I don't know. It didn't have no instructions where to put the wrenches, but Colin says, Dad, all you gotta do is swipe along the bottom of your phone, and you can flip it. We're gonna try something. This may not work good, just like everything else I try. I gotta practice, practice, practice. Hopefully, you just get the idea. Been some new information come up. I want to really talk about your intake and transfer textures. What do you really want? Um, you want laminar flow, what that means. You want the air to stay away from the material of the cylinder. The aluminum. So when you get laminar flow, you get a concentrated air fuel charge. The fuel stays in suspension. I've preached this and I've preached this. One of you out there didn't get it. This video is just for you, buddy. I'm going to help you out. I know you haven't been porting very long, don't know what you're doing yet, but I'm going to help you because I promised. So here's what we got. Misinformation is really a bad thing. I can only tell you what I do. I can't tell you what other guys do. I can tell you what works for me. Okay. First thing I need to explain is if you see along the top of that intake, the air fuel charge comes from your carburetor, hits that. That's a fairly steep wall. If you see them little micro grooves there I put in, that creates turbulent air. Any fuel that comes out of suspension grabs a hold of these areas that I've ground in there, and it makes it puddle, and it gets, by the velocity there, it gets sucked off and put back into atomization. That's why they're in there. Okay, you can also see in that area there and right there, I got a little thing I do there that helps feed them transfers. Leave that alone. Don't mess with that area there. Remember, when you're porting, you're doing it off the bottom. You're getting your timing numbers off the bottom of your intake. I like to see a total opening. 154, 155, 152, 3 is good. I do not do it of when does the open to close. I don't do that as far as degrees, and I'll tell you why. You get differences in strokes, rod lengths, and things like that affect that. So to not be confused, just go ahead and see when that piston clears bottom of the intake, goes up, and goes back down and closes. How many degrees was that? That's how you do. You got to count that. Get used to your degree wheel, and this all become very easy. I have a whiteboard here right behind me. Now we're going to try and use this. Now I'm not an artist. I'm not. So you're going to have oblong, funny looking little things. So and I didn't know that you could actually write on something with a pen, and they make an eraser for it. It's a racer eraser. It is. Okay, here's my racer eraser. Look at that. Isn't that kind of cool? Magnetic. Looks pretty official. Round. So I got an eraser. Okay, enough playing around. Okay, let me try to draw the cross section of this darn thing here. I'm probably going to pause that because I know I'm going to erase it. Okay, I are a poor drawer. So let's show you what happens when you finally sand or polish your intake. Your air is coming in here, right? It hits, and it just keeps bouncing. It just keeps bouncing, and then it has to go down in this area, and then this air rides right along, coming in contact. Okay, this is where it goes. Okay, now that's with smooth. Okay. Now, this is kind of the neat thing. When you make them little micro grooves here, and you've left these surfaces here rough, okay? These surfaces are all rough. These little micro grooves, you know, they're like little channels, okay? See that? Got little channels. This is greatly exaggerated for your viewing pleasure. But the air has a tendency to come in and go down. And it stays off the floor. Okay? This is the way it goes. It's a smoother airflow path. Okay? You will get some come in contact. Fuel will bubble and get sucked off toward the intake. And down into your cylinder, down into the case of your saw. Okay, so if you can see that, when you keep this air away from these areas by leaving them very rough, and when I mean very rough, I mean just mill rough, okay? That's just mill rough. And that's pretty crazy. Don't sand these frickin' things. If you want to make your horsepower, okay, now we got that. So you can, in this exaggerated view that I've got, you can understand that it's good to have that very rough. Rougher the better as far as I'm concerned. You're chasing, in these areas, you're chasing just little bits of horsepower. You're looking for it to be more refined, nicer running, as much as anything. Same thing with your transfers. Leave them rough. Don't get friggin' sanding on them. It's wrong. If you've only been doing this for a few years, you're probably going to get the opinion, well, I don't see the difference. Okay, you probably don't, because you probably haven't got to the level where all this comes into play. There's still much you have to learn. We've all paid our dues on this, all of us. I'm here to help you. I might not be able to help you. I don't know. Travis Tuttle, that video, sent me a video of a 61 white top he did. Good job, buddy. That is a runner. Travis Tuttle took a stone stock with original cylinder, 61 white top, Husqvarna, ported it by following these tutorials, and it has opened up a whole brand new deal for his chainsaw building. I'm so proud of you, Travis. You did a good job. He's got a YouTube channel. You can go over and watch it if you want to. Yeah, you really can. We have another one, a very small channel. He doesn't really have good quality videos out. We've gave him a little advice how to make good videos. Lumberjackson. We're going to start building saws for Lumberjackson. Him and I are in the middle of a big horse trade right now. Other than he's getting over COVID. Yeah, he got the COVID. So as soon as he gets over that and he gets a clean bill, you're going to start seeing him make some good, nice videos. I like the guy. He's in North Georgia. And a big pine. He's got some big pine the guy cuts. So he's going to be exciting to do we're going to do a lot of horse trading back and forth. But that is going to be very interesting. Okay, so we go back to this laminar flow thing. The dimples that you make, what they are is just grooves, which I showed you right here. Create vortices, turbulent air. And because this is rough in here and it's a proper shape, you're not trying to get bigger. Don't do that. When you're not trying to get bigger, you're trying to get better flow. Laminar flow will always be a smooth finish on intakes and transfers every time, guaranteed. This is what you're trying to do. But so when you mix them vortices you created right here with the laminar flow you got all the way to the rest of the round, the two meet in the middle and force that air down into your case. Okay, it's very important to do that. Same thing with your transfers. Same exact thing. Now, I also was noticing you can't get smooth when you're grinding. Don't worry about it. Oh, you know, they're rough. You get bumps and everything. Guess what? When you've done it long enough, it looks just like that, okay? So, and especially when you see where we work here and here, and every place we work. It's a rough finish, mill finish, no sanding. Everything is done freehand. That's experience, guys. You will get to do that. If you're not comfortable grinding on a cylinder with your Dremel, get some junk ones. Any saw shop's got some junk ones. Grab them and start practicing grinding. I showed you some good videos on technique as far as grinding. You hold your thumb on your tool. You're anchoring so that when, you know, and that way, if you're doing this, you're just doing this all the time. If you anchor that, that's an old welder's trick when he's using a cutting torch. Is he'll anchor that thumb and he'll anchor his fingers and he'll roll that anywhere he wants and make some really nice stuff happen there. If you want to see more whiteboard stuff, I'll learn to draw. Okay, just let me know. It'll be interesting. In this video, if you have questions that you've been trying to get from me, the answers, this is what I'm going to do for you. Put them all in the comments in this video. What your questions were, I will be making directly a video answering nothing but your comments and your questions, okay? This is what I'm going to do. Hopefully that works real good. And we got something special here. We're going to do an unboxing. Okay, we have a box from David Patterson. I have him on WhatsApp. He's an interesting guy, really is. You're probably going to see a little bit of him on videos and stuff. He's a saw builder. He knows what he's doing. Guy's got some crazy ideas, Dave. Crazy. But the problem with having wild ideas, they'll probably work, and that's scary, isn't it? Okay, so let's see what Dave sent me here. It's a little care package. I got a box to send to him, too. But it's been a jinx. I've been trying for a week to get him some parts he desperately needs. And every day I get a calamity. Every day. Every day, something bad. Who would have woke up? We'd have thought we woke up to a flood. You know, I think it's kind of cool when somebody packs stuff in newspapers. I like to read their newspapers, see what's like where they live. I really do. Let's see what we got here. I have an idea. Ooh, what's that? Nice job of packing. Nice job. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. We're going to put everything right on the bench. And I'm going to figure out how to get this open. Wow.
Want to get the torches?
Wow. I think I recognize that right off the top of my head. Sure do. Boy, some of this stuff's kind of heavy. What'd you send me, buddy? I kind of think I know what this is, but I'm not positive. It is. No way. Got a little carried away with the tape there, buddy. Guess what? There ain't a mark on it. Yeah, I recognize that handle. I heard it. I knew. This takes a minute to unbox this stuff. Check this out. Future build. Early edition. 044 steel with a 10mm crank. All right. These are little orangutans. The first one that I ever bought, I was running a 66 Magnum, and I just got done with Soren Ericsson's Game of Logging School. I became a master cutter once I shut my mouth and started paying attention. And I was young then. I got convinced real fast, and our big timber, go ahead and buy one of these 10 millimeter old 44s. Oh, God, I cut, I think the first saw 22 million feet with one saw. Never had a break. It just rolled. But we got a lot of footage here back then. When you're in big timber, you get it. Dave, I wish you knew what that meant. I really do. I wish you knew what that meant. We got a little flaw here to fix. That's common from a saw that's been well used. Not a problem. We can fix that, buddy. Let me set this somewhere safe. I don't want to knock over my gum tray. Almost did it too. Colin bought nice for me and him. Kind of like them. Takes a utility knife blade. Oh my goodness sakes. Jeez, Dave, you outdone yourself.
All the goodies.
Look at this. I know what that is. 2100 new old stock bushings. The original real deal for 2100. That's what they look like. It's greatly appreciated. More than you know. I got parts in here to say John Deere on them.
I was going to say.
What the heck?
What are you building?
What have we got here? Ah, I see what you've done. Oh, my. That's nice. X-Torque carburetor. 372 X-Torque carburetors. You know what I feel about X-Torques. I love them for one reason. They don't perform as well in most cases, not all, but in most cases as original XP. And I know they don't last as long, so the cylinder goes to heck. And you still got a nice saw. You can build them as original XP. But I'll tell you what, they never had on the XP is a carburetor like this. These little jokers are big. These are big. See the size of that going in there? Now, there's mods that I do, and maybe down the road I'll cover them so that we ensure a good fuel curve. But I'm going to tell you, when I'm getting real serious, I like these carbs. Hey, thanks, buddy. That's a nice one, too. That's a nice one. Now, let's see what our John Deere part is. Oh. That's a Mac rod. That's a cart rod. Yeah, he knew I needed one of these. We have an upcoming Mac project you're going to be very interested in. I know it is. It's going to be awesome, man. And he sent me an exhaust flange for a certain Mac that we won't discuss just yet. It had a junk old muffler, but that flange right there is where I start with these. And you're going to see some pretty interesting stuff. We have other mufflers to build. We will be doing a muffler build video at some point, but I got to get right out from under the puppy, so to speak. I got to get where I got the time to start and finish. I need a few days right in a row, right out here in the shop. That's what I need. Yeah, this is pretty interesting. This is a great unboxing for me. Hope you guys like it too. This is a great one. Oh, I'll fix that later. I'm going to end up with a whole bench full of stuff here. I can see this. What's this? I love unboxing. I really do. I think it's so fun. Especially when I have an inkling the guy's creative. Dave's very creative. He really is. Adventurous. very adventurous. And he knows, and most importantly, he knows what hard is. He does. He's a lot of you guys out there haven't had it easy, and I know it. And you grow from it, but you'll never forget what was hard. Dave's had hard. He knows what hard is. He knows exactly. And we'll talk more about him. We might even have him on video here one of these days. Wouldn't that be nice? I know we're gonna do the Harvey Drake rip and tear method. I know what this is. This is going to be a neat project.
Yeah, like peeling a coconut, huh?
Yeah, I can peel a coconut faster. I really can. Johnson Red 920 handle. Okay. We have another big Johnson Red. Has a broken handle, a 2094 or 2095. Okay. With just a little bit of a mod, we're going to take this 920 handle and put it on that 2095. They're prone to them early saws like that, 2094, 2095. I think just 2094. They were prone to breaking. That handle was right in here. Oh, they didn't have to have much of a hit. I wish I would have thought to grab that saw and showed you. Thanks, man. You know what that's going to do for me. You do. That's going to save another saw. You can't get them handles. And we're going to make it work. No, I know, for you purists, oh, that's not right. Don't put that handle on that saw. It's not original. Well, you know what? Sometimes all you're trying to do is get a work saw. Something running. But with a little nostalgia and history in it, and they definitely do. That was Johnson Red's answer to 394 and 395. That's what it was. It really, they take the same piston cylinder, crank, and everything. The same cases. I know, you won't believe it until I show you. Are they the same cases? I think so. Oh, I gotta get more cotton. More cotton. Oh, what's that red stuff?
Just a saw.
I'm seeing red. Well, it ain't me. Okay. You guys know that I've got several 2100s. And amongst them, I haven't got a darn gas tank without a freaking problem. Okay, right here with this oil plunger, when it goes, where that plunger goes through your fuel tank, it has a tube. I've got two of them that leak. They leak bar oil. Well, what they actually do is they leak chainsaw gas into the bar oil, and that's kind of a problem. This is gonna, Dave, thanks, man. I'm gonna finally be able to build a decent 2100. Oh, look at that. Plunger's got spring in it. It still plunges. Here in the Northeast, to get one of them to work is absolutely impossible. By the time we find these old wrecks, that's the first part that's gone. It's done. This is a freaking nice unit, man. I owe you, buddy. But, you know I got something coming your way. I feel good about it. I feel real good about it. This is, well, I know if I don't put this stuff away where it belongs right now, I'm going to lose it. We've got more parts in this saw shop that for specific saws. I try to put them in a box with a saw, this and that. They get moved around, or I pull it out and I need this or I need that. Then it goes up in my bench and it goes under the table. It goes in this other box. And that box gets dumped into a bigger box because I need the little box. It's a freaking self-inflicted train wreck, isn't it? I've got to clean this shop. I've got to. I've got boxes. My problem is I've got a bunch of you guys' saws done that I need to run, and I've got a few that I just got to do a little tinkering. So I got saws on the floor in boxes everywhere. And probably because of this high water we've had, we're going to have some ample opportunities to actually go out and run some saws. So we got an upcoming video on that. I've been promising one for a while, but we have not had a cutting video in a long time. So hopefully we can get one in. 44s are a fantastic saw. They're absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to get started on one of these. I don't have a crank for one of them, do I? I need to get a freaking 10 millimeter crank. Bingo! I got it. I got you, Dave, didn't I? I know what he was going to say. I put a crank in there. I know I did, man. He did a nice job packing this stuff. Real nice. This is pro stuff right here. This guy knows how to ship. And he's a friend. He's a good friend. Aren't these just beautiful little things? 10 millimeter wrist pin. The only problem we ever had with these is if you had a habit of pinching all the time and yanking your saw, you could break that crank snout right there. Right there. That was a weak spot. Because you get RPMs and you're pinching and you're yanking and stuff. Guys that did that always just pinch and yank, try to yank their saw out. They didn't run my steels. They run Husqvarna because they're a tougher saw. A steel has always been more for precision. You know, if you're real accurate with your cuts and you don't pinch anymore, them gas tanks don't take that. They just crack. Obviously, these early cranks didn't either. But the Husqvarna, I literally have seen 394s and 372s both be set down on a muddy log landing, get run over by the skidder. They pull it out of the mud, the handle's back, they just kind of wrench it back, and it starts and runs. Try that with a 044, 46, or 66 bag steel. I'm going to tell you what you're going to have. You're going to have a pile of trash. You might as well finish burying it. They don't take the hit. They don't. But I liked running them early steels an awful lot. I can't say I'd favor steel over Husqvarna or vice versa, because in the big timber, we always run the 2100s. These jokers. That was the saw to run in big timber, because you can run bars like the one I'm going to show you here. Yeah, these kind of bars. Now, when you get a heavy ass, I damn near knocked him out. They were whoppy right in the eye. When you get a great big bar and chain on a 2100, they're already heavy enough. I'm gonna tell you what, it's just you're dragging an elephant through the freaking woods. You know what I mean? You are dragging a lot of weight because you got all your wedges, your wedge banger, and you carried extra wedges. We carried 6, 7 wedges all the time, and your gas and oil, we always use gallon jugs for mixed oil, gasoline and bar oil. Tied them together with a piece of rope. So they were slung over your shoulder. You got your chaps and your hard hat. The chaps we wore back then, you can't get anymore. They were the steel Pro Mac, or Pro Mark rather. They had a pocket. Hey, I'm gonna get you a set of them original chaps. Hold on. Okay, here we go. This is what we always wore. I've had these in a box for a long time. Let me get them dusted off. See, the steel Pro Marks. They're heavyweight. I'm going to warn you of that. Had that nice pocket on them right here on your left leg. These are really nice ones. These are. They really are. You can see the material. That's heavy just heavy Kevlar. That really is. These they're not for the faint-hearted to wear. These early ones, especially if you got caught in a rainstorm, they're just like, oh, the water just soaked right into them. They drag you right down. But I'm gonna tell you something. I've got 3 sets of these. This set right here is in beautiful shape, and I'm saving for whenever I get skinny again. So someday I will. I have lost 30 pounds since June. That's just getting started. Okay, I'm gonna let you know that. I do intend that this is all going off. I'm determined about it. And the only thing I got to do is send Barb somewhere for about 6 months, because she likes to cook and I like to eat. That's the problem right there. But we're damn busy right now, and it looks like I'm going to be damn busy for a while. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. It won't be long, and you're going to see some way cool builds here. As soon as the rest of these other people's saws are gone, we're going to get into the fun stuff. I promise you that. Hopefully sooner than later. We got to build a couple saws for Buck and Billy, don't we? We haven't sent him one quite a while. I got a couple ideas, and I think you're going to like it. Okay, this is it for the video. Thanks, all of you. Don't forget, if you got saw questions or just want to tell me something, put it in the comments in this video, because the next video, I believe, is going to be the one that we have the tablet out. We're going to be answering comments right here, right now. Thank you so much. Goodbye.